respect honest behavior, so you're getting respect from me.
Wait. Meat is a pretty chill guy. Just talk to Meat.
You guys believe in a lie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I sent you that DM, Meat.
What lie?
I'll check it out.
What lie do I believe in?
You believe the world is flat. That's it. That's the lie, the biggest lie.
How is it a lie?
Because the world isn't flat.
How do you know that?
Because of NASA.
Because that would mean they know it, not you. I asked, how do you know it?
Well, my knowledge is going to be, again, the source is NASA.
Oh, so you know things by osmosis?
I know from a source, and the source is going to be NASA. Yes, that's going to be the case.
Okay, you don't know it. They would know it. You believe
I know it. I don't believe it. I know.
No, you believe that they know it. That's what the situation is.
Knowledge is going to be a true belief, anyways. So does I don't know what distinction you're making here.
No, it's not that.
Then what is the distinction then?
Look, okay, what's the distinction? Knowledge is belief is no.
Exactly.
I screwed it up.
Yeah, because
belief means
knowledge is true belief. That's what it is.
Belief means acceptance without evidence.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Go look up the definition in the Oxford Dictionary.
Even if that was to be the case, knowledge is still true.
So you're not going to just move on. You're not going to just move on. We don't do that here. Okay? Belief is acceptance without evidence. Okay? Acknowledge that.
Well, you're wrong. I disagree with that. So.
Okay, you disagree with Oxford. Fine. We can't communicate because you're making up your own definitions of shit.
Okay.
And so how can I interpret what you're saying when you just think you're on your own fucking merry-go-round in your own head?
Again, even your rebuttal doesn't address anything I said, so whatever.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so you don't know. You believe somebody else.
I know.
No, you don't know. You know that they told you something. That's what you know.
Wait, you think the pictures that I see are just going to be some sort of faith belief system? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they are. That's exactly what they are.
It's a picture.
Yeah, so what? There's lots of pictures.
Yeah, so I know.
There's lots of pictures of Santa. Are they all fake?
They're not from NASA, buddy.
Oh, so if NASA showed you a picture of Santa, would they be fake?
Yes, but NASA again.
Yeah, but they're from NASA.
See, this is why you're scared of context. This is why you're scared of context.
Look, bro, NORAD tracks Santa with satellites, bro.
See, you're scared of context.
Everybody knows that,
No,
everyone knows. Listen, everyone knows
principle for stop it. I applied your principle for evaluating the truth of a claim.
That's not true.
And then when I applied it to something else, you said you wouldn't believe it anymore.
Wait, there's more context.
You have no principles, dude. You don't have any principles.
See, you're running away.
You have just crazy belief.
Okay,
and all you can do is overtalk. It's literally the only thing you can do.
That's what you're doing right now.
That's all you do. Okay. Right? Let me be real.
That's what I'm doing? Tell me one thing he addressed what I said.
I wasn't paying attention, but I just heard you talking the whole time. So
exactly. He won't let me get.
The fucking cheerleading shit ain't gonna happen.
Notice how he won't let me get a word out because he knows what I'm gonna say. Defeats the whole point.
Oh yeah, I'm so scared. I've been debating this topic for 8 years, and you're a fucking spad. What would I be scared of?
Okay, so again, when NASA sends pictures referencing their value, which is going to be their objective, right, which is going to be outer space exploration, then it is going to be an acknowledged claim, right? Because they actually went to outer space, they actually took a picture, and
how do you actually verify it?
Okay,
again,
you said they're making a knowledge. So here's the problem: you said they're making a knowledge claim.
Yes.
Claim.
Yes, I am making a knowledge.
Yeah, you said they are. They're making a knowledge claim.
No, they're providing evidence. Yes, they're providing evidence.
And the evidence of their claim are photographs.
Yes, videos.
I'm going to make a knowledge claim right now. I have a photograph of Bigfoot.
Well, it's not going to be true.
And the photograph proves that Bigfoot exists. That's how you know it's true. That's how you know how Bigfoot exists. I have a photograph. And if you say Bigfoot does not exist, I'm going to say I have a photograph that proves he exists.
Well, you're objective.
This is your logic, dude.
No, it's not. Because, again, you're not going to be an organization dedicated to finding that Bigfoot thing, right? You're just a random person. It does matter.
What does that matter?
Because sources matter. Credible sources matter.
Also, if you had hundreds of pictures of Bigfoot,
that's not a genetic fallacy.
That's a genetic fallacy. Yes, it is. The truth of the claim is based upon the source.
I never said it was based upon the source. All I'm saying is there's credible sources for things you look for. What? See, you're scared. You're literally scared of the truth. That's it.
Dude.
Yeah, everyone
didn't
knows that the
review what I
only
said. It's a genetic fallacy.
It's not a
Because
genetic. You don't even know what that is.
You said NASA's a credible source. Do you have
It
an
is.
objective measure of credibility?
Yes, there's metrics.
Okay, give us the objective. Give us the objective measure of credibility.
Okay, so it's gonna be like actually representing whatever their objectives is, right? So if they make
what is the objective measure of the credibility? I want to be able to measure the credibility.
a metric that's going to be used to measure credibilities if their propositions are going to be corresponding with reality. So when they say the world is a sphere,
who
and they
judges
provide
that?
and when they make a claim, the world is a sphere, and they use a picture to provide evidence for it, okay, then that's going to be evidence.
You're
That's gonna be
just
true.
making a circle, brother. Okay,
I'm not making a circle.
You are making a circle. I'm going to go back again. What's the objective measure for credibility?
Again, same.
Admit it's subjective.
It's going to be evidence.
Admit it's subjective,
It's going to
dude.
be evidence. It's going to
Okay.
be
Hold on,
evidence.
No, that's
Terrorist,
circular.
terrorist, think about this. Indio made a claim of Bigfoot. He has a photo to back it up. So what's the difference between him and NASA?
Dude, you're Australian. You don't even exist in the flat world. Shut
Very
up.
simple.
Okay,
Answer
you're
the
done,
question or kick
No,
rocks.
he's done. Yeah, I'll unmute you when you find an objective measure of credibility. Okay, because if you don't have an objective measure, that means the truth to the claim is based upon your subjective interpretation of whether they're credible or not. That means all that follows is also subjective. Okay, so when you find something objective, come back. Because we don't care what you believe. You can believe whatever you want.
He's weak sauce, man. He's got nothing.
I got something objective. NASA is, in all human civilization, the only organization of government that is arbitrary, the only holder of truth, all of the truth. NASA, they're arbiters of the truth. So there you go, guys. Just believe whatever NASA says.
You got a fan. You got a fan in the side chat, man. Indio.
Yeah, what else is new?
BMan. Yeah. He wants back in.
I knew what he was going to say. You're scared. And he sure did. You're scared.
Yeah, blah, 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 terrorist. Nobody cares.
Meet. Can you name any government history, any government agency in history that are the arbiters of truth?
Wait, who are you talking to? Meat? Who's Meat?
That's my friend Meet. Is he gone?
I
Maybe he
don't
left.
see any meat here.
Oh, he dropped out then with the other guy, I guess. He was here a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. India's like max level boss for these people, and I was like level 1 with the other guys.
Max level boss, and those guys are level 1. That's funny shit.
I was trying to be level 1 with the other guy, but he was white knighting as well after that. Can't hold their panties.
Friends, you guys don't understand. It's such a beautiful day. Oh my god.
It was a beautiful day, but it's not daytime where you're at, is it?
No. Well, I mean, nighttime. I mean, hey, can I turn on the camera right now? Yeah, I can. Hey, friends, what's up? Hey, look at this shit. Oh, okay, go back out.
Okay. I've never been to Germany. How can I verify that Germany exists?
You
Okay,
buy
you can't.
a plane
There you go.
ticket and you go
You can't.
there.
You admit it then. You admit that's a concession. I'll
It's a
take that.
concession.
That's a concession.
What do you mean? No.
You're conceding.
No.
You're conceding
This
that
is satellite data from several
you're
independent
conceding
space
you can't verify
Never.
Germany's existence.
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
that's right. You're
It's
verifying that
verified.
you can't You're conceding you can't verify that those images were taken from the vacuum of
These are
space.
verified
You can't
images.
verify that those images represent what you're told they represent.
Why do you think they've spent billions of pounds or dollars?
How do you know what they've spent?
Not going
spent?
into Fantasyland, because actually, if you bring it to the fundamental levels on the laws of thermodynamics, that space that you're thinking of, that cannot exist. It doesn't exist.
Do you think it's free? Hold on. How do I know how much they spent? Do you think it's free to create a spaceship? Do you think it's free for any of that stuff? Of course, they've spent billions.
How do you know? How do you know?
How do you?
Did you see the receipts? Did you go over the books? Are you their financial accountant?
If I search it up now. How much did they spend on?
They'll spend billions.
So
Government
just
doesn't
because
have any
they
money.
say, so just because they say
Why do
this
you
is
think
how much we
everything is
spent,
a fucking conspiracy?
you can't. No, the point is you can't verify anything they tell you. You
could
just
say this about
believe
any-
it. You're left. You
say
have
this
no
about
option
anything.
but to have a pure belief.
You could say this about absolutely anything.
That's right.
Nothing is
You could.
verified.
It's about things you can't verify. Yes, about
In your
things you
little
can't
world,
verify.
your
Exactly.
little flat world. Nothing is verified and nothing is real, and you're living in a
What?
state of. Well,
Oh,
nothing
he's a
is
brain in a
verified.
jar. He's into
It's just what
spoon
they're
mode.
telling you.
On this topic, the whole government, not just NASA, but the whole government, including NASA, should be audited, and NASA should be abolished afterwards.
Can we verify your height with a tape measure?
Me?
Yeah, you. You said nothing can be verified. I think you're incorrect.
Oh yeah, you can measure my height with a tape measure. Yes.
Yeah, you're like if you say I'm 6 feet, we can verify that, right? We can just measure
I'm
you.
not 6 feet. I'll tell you that.
Well, that doesn't shock me. So the point is that there's claims which are substantial, right? They're pretty much, I wouldn't call them outrageous, but they're extraordinary claims. I jump in a rocket and I go into space and I go around the Earth a bunch of times. It's a pretty bold claim. You can't verify it.
Okay, so where's all the images of the flat Earth?
From where?
I don't know. Where are they? Where's the evidence of the?
No,
flat
from
Earth?
where?
Show
Where?
me.
An image from where?
There's lots of images of.
There's
Show
millions.
me an image of the flat Earth that isn't an animated.
From where?
There you go.
Where's
There's
the
one now with
camera,
voice
dude?
chat.
Space. From space.
Where's the camera?
In space.
There is no space. We already went over this. Remember, you were
There
here.
is
You
no
heard the whole
space.
thing.
There is no space. Okay.
No,
What is there
it's
instead of
impossible.
space? It's just sky.
Outer space vacuum is impossible.
Can I ask a question really quick? While we're on the topic of space.
Yeah.
How would you explain satellites?
What to explain?
Like how do the satellites function?
What do you mean?
Like if
That's
there's no
in general,
space,
dude.
if there's no space, then like what are satellites about?
How do you? Hold on.
Indio.
What does that
Just
mean?
follow
You
the
mean
there's
like-
no space. He was on the same page, and then he jumped to a different page. Just follow the there's no space to the conclusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to that. So, like, what am I explaining? What do you observe about a satellite?
Well, you say that there's no cameras that could be in space. If
I'm
if
not
a
talking about
satellite
the
goes
TV.
into space,
How do you know
wouldn't
that?
mean that there could be? I've seen
How do you know a
satellites
satellite
launching
goes into space, bro? How do you know there's satellites in space?
All right, we'll skip on past this really quick. The next
no, we're
question
not
that
gonna
I
skip past it. This is the meat of the matter. How do you know that there's satellites in space?
This is going to lead.
how do you know that there isn't? That's the basis
Okay,
of
that's
your
not how this
question.
works. That would be a burden of proof reversal. I'd have to take all claims as true and have to disprove any ridiculous claim someone could make. Just so we don't do it that way. The way we do it is claims need evidence. They claim there's satellites in space. What's the evidence? A TV show?
TV show.
A little dot in the sky? Like, what's the evidence? And then how does that even... Say you see a dot in the sky. How do you know it's in space? How do you know it's not at 40,000
What do you
feet?
think satellites do?
I don't think they exist.
Why?
Why should I? I'll tell you why. I already did tell you. You were here for it. The second law of thermodynamics. It violates it.
How?
Okay, so Arthur Eddington who was a scientist, said, if your theory goes against the second law of thermodynamics, it's doomed to the greatest humiliation. Einstein said the second law of thermodynamics is one of the 3 pillars of all physics. But there's people saying, hey, go get this picture. We're violating the second law of thermodynamics. Sorry, that's not how it works, bro. If you show a picture of something that's physically impossible, right, like a picture of Santa with a reindeer, we know that that's physically impossible for flying reindeer.
Well,
right? I don't have to prove how the Santa photo is false.
Definitely exists.
No. Look, bro. I don't have to prove how the Santa photo is false. It depicts something physically impossible.
A flat Earth depicts something physically impossible.
Okay. Well, how is a flat Earth physically impossible?
Because our globe is not a flat Earth.
Okay, just chanting, it doesn't really prove your point, dude. You're just chanting. Flat Earth is physically possible because I said so, because I say it's a globe.
Because I said so.
That's you, dude. You just saying it's impossible because I said so.
Earth is possible.
But you didn't really say so. Someone told you that.
Who told me that?
I don't know who told you. Your teacher, your mom? I don't know.
Andy, I have a question. Genuine question. If the Earth is flat, I'm just curious. Where's the water? Where does the water go? Is there an edge?
What do you mean? Why would it go anywhere?
I don't know.
There's no edge. Rotating
so
space.
Does the water just contain